Hello, 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 dreamers. Perla here. As always, thank you for all your love and support. Thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing to the channel. And if you haven't done so, go ahead and do so. We would love to have you. So, this is going to be on the cusp weekly reading. These readings are for all of our lovely cusp signs. This video will be timestamped. So, let's jump right on in. Aries, Taurus, cusp. Aries, Taurus, cusp. There is an energy of somebody coming in. This is either somebody new that you're meeting this week or somebody that you've met within like the last couple of weeks, 1 to 2 weeks. This person is coming in trying to take you for a fool. You recognize this energy immediately as it approaches you, right? But you are allowing this person to perform for you, right? So this is somebody that is very charming, somebody that is very good with words, somebody that likes, oh, they love to manipulate people. And so they're very good at selling themselves. And and I understand my readings sometimes are a little out there, but this is what is happening spiritually or in the spiritual aspects of thing is you're you're setting this space, or you're setting this boundary within yourself and this border with this type of energy that this person has, that you're no longer tolerating, or you're no longer in alignment with it. So this is the closing of a cycle of you connecting or being in alignment with this type of energy that this person is bringing. I hope that makes sense. So what is happening here is that you're allowing somebody to put up some type of performance while you're gathering information to disclaim what it is that they're saying. So a very simple example would be like if somebody's trying to talk to you and they're saying they're single, this and this and that, you allowing them to text you or to call you or whatever, and you're allowing them to believe that they're deceiving you. But in reality, it's like you're talking to this person's husband or wife or whatever, and you're gonna you're gonna be calling them out, if that makes sense, right? And what I like is like what is happening energetically is like you're forming this like your own spiritual grid, right? Where you belong, let's put it this way, that is letting this type of energy. So people that are coming with this type of energy or that are going to try to come towards you in the future are going to stop before they even reach you. Does that make sense? Um because a lot of the times, a lot of times we're doing things in our wake life, and we don't even understand why we're doing them, if that makes sense. But that is what is happening. So even though, yes, physically somebody is coming in trying to make you, look like a fool, they think that you're a fool, right? They're trying to play you in some form. Spiritually, what is happening is this is coming in as an opportunity for you to close the door to end a cycle with this energy, with people that like to manipulate others, with people that like to charm others in a way because they feel that they are a fool. So the reason why you recognize this energy so quickly is because you have dealt with this energy in the past. It has been an energy that you have attracted a lot in the past because it was an energy that you originally didn't stand up to when you needed to. And this is why it's coming in again. You may have done some work around using your throat chakra, about standing up for yourself, etc. And now this is the opportunity to put whatever it is that you have learned into practice. So let's go ahead and let's pull out an oracle card for your closing message. Hmm. Give me one card, Spirit. Ooh. We have the Blood Angel, number 7. So there seems to be a sense here that, again, you may, hmm, you may be a little, and again, I'm not reading them based on the books, guys. It's whatever I pick up energetically from the card. Um, for some of you, you're asking yourself, like, why, like the minute that this energy comes towards you, you're asking yourself like, oh, should I just dismiss it right away? Because there is a little frustration about dealing with this type of energy, but there's something inside of you leading you to deal with this energy differently, because it is time to put an end to this type of cycle. Taurus, Gemini, cusp. You've been asked multiple times to walk away from certain connections, whether these are romantic or platonic, doesn't matter. Spirit has shown you over and over again people's true nature. And you are still keeping these people around. You're still hanging around with these people. And the thing is that a lot of the times, because I feel like you've been asking Spirit to remove anything that doesn't serve you out of your life. and it is not always as simple as like them leaving. Sometimes is you like spirit showing you the person's true nature so that you can walk away, because you're supposed to be learning through this process how to stick to your own morals and values, how to stand up for yourself, and how to walk away from things, how to learn to let go. So don't focus so much on like what somebody is saying. Go by their behavior, by their action, because through their actions they are showing you who they truly are. But you're waiting for spirit to just remove them out, and in reality you're the one that needs to walk away. Now, are there times when spirit just removes them? Yes, definitely. I have hundreds of stories of that, like where I'm like, okay, I see this person and I've asked this person to leave, or I asked this person to like go, and they're refusing to leave, right? And then spirit will come and like literally like take them out. But right now, what I feel the lesson here, what you're supposed to be learning, is learning to stay truthful to yourself, that when you realize someone's true colors or someone's true intentions towards you, you're not lingering around anymore, you're just going to walk away, because that is the space or the area that you've had a hard time with in the past, is with walking away. All right, so let's go ahead and let's pull out an oracle card for your closing message. I mean, yes, it's going to be challenging. It is always challenging when you're walking away, because sometimes you're asking yourself like, oh, is this the right decision? But I'm picking up, like, as I'm saying that, there was like a tightening in the pit of my stomach, and it's like, no, they know, like, this person has, like, yes, through their words and through their actions, shown you multiple times like that it's time to walk away. We have the whirling goddess number 30. There's nothing else that spirit can show you in regards to this person. There's nothing else that this person can do to show you who they truly are. It's like this person or these group of people, whatever, have acted in ways that I don't even know why you're giving them even like the time of day, to be honest with you, because that's the way that it feels. It's like somebody really show you who they truly are, and you're still hesitant and you're waiting for spirit to just remove them, when now it's like spirit is meeting you halfway on this one. This is one of those things where you need to show up, my love. This is the part of the spiritual aspects of things where you are supposed to put what you've learned into practice, and when you're supposed to take the action. Right? Gemini, Cancer, cusp. Gemini, Cancer. um what do we have here? There are people from your past coming out of the woods, is what I keep hearing. They're coming out of the woods, and what I mean by that is you you decided to go after something, or you pursued with something. Now, for some of you, this is going to be like a career choice, or it's going to be a relationship that you chose to go into, or whatever it is. The whole point is that these people that are trying to come back into your life told you that this set career or this set lifestyle or this set relationship was going to fail, and now they're seeing the success that you're having in whatever this is, whether it's a relationship, career, or lifestyle, and now they want back into your life, or now they want back into your good graces. Ooh. Now, as I am saying that, mm, the question here, I guess, is like, are you going to accept them back in? Because and again, the reason why I say it's like it looks like it's more than like one person. It looks like a group or like a clique or something of that matter. But they're seeing the success that you're having in said whatever thing that this is, right? So like, let's say you decide to marry you decide to marry somebody that like your family disapproved of or whatever, and now they're seeing that this marriage is flourishing and everything is going good for you, and da 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 da, and this person really loves you or whatever, and now it's like your mother, your father, whoever it was, your sister, your cousins, now want back into your life, even though they were against the relationship. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, that just doesn't sit well with me, because it's like, mm, because you're like, if okay, we're gonna keep on with the example of like a relationship, right? Your said partner never gave your family a reason to dislike them. They just dislike them because they just chose to. Whether it is because they're a different race, a different heritage, a different culture, whatever it is. Like there was there was there were prejudice against something because they didn't have a fully understanding of it, but they never gave that said person or that said whatever like a chance to prove itself. You know what I'm saying? Ooh. Like, you could have been work like, let's say you had a steady job or whatever, and you decided you wanted to open like a restaurant, or you wanted to, open your own business or whatever, and it's like everybody in your family was against you, and they're like, oh, when that fails, don't come to me. Like, people that didn't want to invest in something that had to do with you, right? So like, let's say people that didn't want to invest, right? So a very simple example, let's say like you decide to launch something like on social media, right? And everybody is like, oh, you shouldn't do that, that's going to take so much time, oh, that's not going to be worth it, this and this and that, that's going to take so much money, this and this and that. And you're like, oh, but all I'm asking is for you like to like it, or like, to share what it is. Oh, no, 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 no. And boom, one day your freaking share goes viral, and now the families, the friends that didn't support you when you first started are now tagging you on all of their posts. Do you get what I'm saying? It's like that type of energy is what I'm picking up. So just kind of be aware of it. You get to choose, love, how it is, like if you accept these people back, and to what level or what degree you allow them back into your life. Um, let's go ahead and let's pull out an oracle card for your closing message. We have the blood angel again, and then we have enter the gardens of delight. And I wasn't going to take the blood angel. It came out for the previous sign, I think it was, but it's giving me a different message with this. Some of you, just because somebody is blood or just because somebody's related to you, doesn't necessarily mean that you need to allow them back into your life. And especially when if these said people that are supposed to be family or whatever didn't have your back when you were starting something or when you were going for something, and now all of a sudden they want to come and reap the rewards of what it is that has been successful for you. You understand what I mean? You're gonna have to use your own discernment when it comes to that, but that is something to think about. Like, not everybody deserves to be in your fruitful era, my love, and you can take that however you want. Cancer, Leo, cusp. Silence needs to be broken between you and another person. Now, whether this is romantically or platonic, there is a conversation here that has been avoided, and there is there is some type of conversation that I feel like both parties have been avoiding to have. And again, this is just an energetic field, and these are collective readings. So apply this energy wherever you see fit in your life, whether this is your personal, or this is at work or whatever. There is some type of tension that is building because each party is avoiding this like the plague. And it is because there is an understanding for each of you that once said conversation is had, something is coming to an end, whether it is a romantic relationship, whether it is a friendship, whether it is a collaboration, working with somebody or anything. um Something is going to end once this conversation is had, and that's like there is no. Give me a second, guys. um there is no tiptoeing around this, and there's nothing that you can say or that they can say, or nothing that can be done, at least not during the season. When I say, a lot of people think like, okay, when there's an ending, it's an ending forever. Sometimes yes, sometimes no. For those of you that are worried whether or not you and this person are going to find your way back to each other, especially if like this isn't love, right now I'm picking up at like the immediate energy, and the immediate energy frequency is saying no. This is something that needs to end. There has to be an ending to this. and and I feel that there is a lot of respect and a lot of love that is within this connection, but there is no, there is a connection but not a relationship. So the two of you, whether regardless of what it is, the two of you have different visions as to where or how it is that this connection is supposed to evolve, or where it is that it's supposed to go. Does that make sense? So we have the right choice as your closing message. And again, I always say use your own discernment when it comes to making decisions. We're just tapping into like the collective energy that is available to kind of give you guys an insight of what it is that is to come, right? So that you can then sit and meditate and make the correct decision, so that things are not just surprisingly happening. You know what I'm saying? So that is pretty much what it is. Like you know that avoiding the conversation is not going to avoid the ending at the end. Like it is going to happen, whether you have the conversation today or whether you have the conversation a week from now. It is going to result in the same thing. Alrighty. Leo Virgo cusp. Leo Virgo cusp. Whatever grudge or and again, I know people don't like being called out on certain things, but you're holding a grudge or you're holding some type of resentment towards somebody. And I'm going to be completely honest with you, my love. The best thing that you can do is like sit with yourself and forgive this person and let go of this resentment and anger that you're holding on to, because this person is living their life. If they're alive, and I'm going to say it like that, if they're alive, they're living their life without a care about what it is that you're holding on to. And if they have passed, well, they're on the other side and not giving two shits about what they've done to you, whether they're alive or dead. Um, and this comes back into the space of like learning to realize that certain people, not certain people, everybody comes into our life for very specific reasons, right? Everybody has a role to play. Everyone has a role to play. And and that is not to dismiss what happened, what this person did to you. It is not to dismiss how you feel. And it's not to dismiss like how badly something hurt you. The reason why I say it is so that then you can give yourself permission to start healing from this and to start releasing this. Because the longer that you hold on to resentment, the longer that you hold on to anger or a grudge towards somebody, the more self destructive that becomes to your own nervous system. And the more that that keeps you in a state of being stuck. And when I say that, like, some people assume that I don't get angry or that I don't hold grudges. I am human. I am human. And if I am angry and I have to be angry for an entire day, I'm gonna be angry for that entire day. And spirit will be like, "Oh, you sure? Yeah, I'm sure. I want to sit in this filth of anger this whole day because I want to." Right? Um, but then I sit with myself and I'm like, wait, why? This person is out there doing whatever the heck it is that they want to do. They can care less. So why am I investing so much energy into this? Like, why? Not doing it. Let's go ahead. Let's acknowledge. Let's feel what we have to feel. Let's let our nervous system regulate through this process so that then we are able to let it go. Right? Alrighty, baby. All right. So what do we have for Leo Virgo cusp? Give me a closing message for Leo Virgo cusp. I surge on the uprising wave of love. That is what's trying to come into you. The space where you start to, it's not just about looking at the world or perceiving the world from a love perspective, but actually embodying that, actually embracing that. And now a lot of people have a hard time understanding that because they think that, oh, love this, love that, then you are giving people like an excuse to be asshole, right? And that's not what it is. There's like a deeper, and I actually need to sit with this and I want to actually write it down to articulate like what it is, like the feelings and things like that, and what is actually happening spiritually, so then I can like make a series for the collective so that they can have a better understanding of this. So I'm kind of glad that this came up in your reading. I'm going to make myself a little note in regards to this. Um, hold on, guys. I'm seriously writing myself a note. Um, and I'm going to put it right here with all my other notes. But there is this sense of like really needing to get into that heart space, maybe doing a little bit of like chakra work, like heart chakra work. There is a playlist on this channel with with all of the chakras, energy transmutation. So maybe just sitting in with the heart one for, I think it's about like they're between 3 to 5 minutes each, and it's just about like transmuting and like balancing out that energy. Because there's definitely work here that needs to be done in releasing some type of grudge or anger that you have towards somebody. Virgo, Libra, cusp. You need to be quiet. Um, you need to be quiet. There's something good happening here, or something good. There's something good. There's good happening here. There is um something finally like working in your favor. Something finally coming in, but you're being told to shh. Like shh about it. In Spanish we say like hay gente que te salan la vida, te asaran la vida, right? Like, so meaning there's sometimes, and again, I don't feel like everybody does this intentionally, but it does happen energetically. Like if you're sharing like your good fortune or your good news or whatever with people that are in a different frequency than you, and if you're not aware of like how it is that you yourself give and receive energy, if you don't know where like I don't want to say your limits are, but how that exchange happens for you personally, when you start to share your good news and things with other people, if these individuals that are listening to you are in a frequency of like envious and jealousy and et cetera, then even if they don't know how their own energy system works, like how they give and receive energy, they can be sending things towards you that then you are allowing yourself to receive, that then can cut, or it may seem like it's cutting your fortune or your good luck short. Does that make sense? And again, we're all talking about like it is an energetic field here that we're talking about. So like, if especially like if you consider yourself to be an empath, and I say if you consider, because again, everybody has their own belief, everybody has their wording, their words that they like to use, etc. Um, then usually empath, by not by naturally you are open to the energetic frequency, but until you don't learn how to master your own frequency, then you're constantly going to be affected in ways that could be avoided, if that makes any sense. Because being an empath is not just about feeling and picking up on the energies. You're supposed to master that state within yourself. Okay, let's go ahead and let's pull out an oracle card, my love. The lion and the deer. So when we think about a lion and a deer, right, we think about the hunter and the huntee, the predator and the prey. This is kind of like the energy. This is kind of like how I want you to look at your energy, right? Like, so do you consider like you receiving as the prey and you giving energy as like the predator? Like, because again, there's an exchange here within your own frequency that you're supposed to be mastering. What it is that you give, what it is that you take, how it is that you receive, and how it is that you give. And until you don't find that balance, you're always going to be in these spaces where, whether like if you're sharing like good news with people, or if you're sharing what happened that was good in your life or whatever, it feels like your luck, and we're doing it in quotations because that's what it is. Luck is is more of an alignment, right? But for those of you that are calling it like luck or whatever, it's because the reason why it comes and leaves so fast, it is because you either haven't started to find that balance, or you're still trying to find that balance within your own frequency. Libra, Scorpio, cusp. I keep on seeing the eye of Horus. Is that what it's called? Let me look it up. But the reason why isn't this on, like, give me a second, because I keep going back to my old phone. The reason why this eye is coming in is like, I keep on I keep on hearing your spiritual team has their eye on you. Yeah, this is exactly the image of what I'm seeing. The eye of Horus. The eye of Horus. Um, what is the meaning behind it spiritually? Give me a second. You can go ahead and judge. Protection, health, healing, and restoration. It is an Egyptian symbol, guys. But I honestly, like, I saw it and it's like, this is like every single um every single angel, entity, deity, whatever, demon, whatever it is that is connected to your bloodline, that is connected to you, has their eye on you, and they're waiting for you to take some type of action or to take some type of leap. There is this reassurance that whatever it is that you're thinking of starting, or whatever leap you're thinking of taking, whether this is like a financial risk, whether this is a relationship, whether this is a hobby, whatever it is, like, they're waiting for you to take this leap, and they're reminding you that you are safe, that you are protected, that you are it's almost kind of like we have you covered, and like in every direction, like north, east, south, west, above, below, in the middle, like wherever, we are all here, and it's like you are in, like, extremely protected, is what I keep on hearing. So why haven't you taken this leap, or why haven't you moved forward with this, is what I keep on hearing. For those of you that this is like within a spiritual practice that you are starting with, maybe there you have had some hesitation about learning about something, and as I'm saying that, I keep on being my eyes keep on being drawn to, like, the other side of the room, to like my demonology book. Maybe some of you want to study some type of, like, like, you want to study about demons, or you want to study about oh my god, what are they called in they have a different name, and I want to say, is it Indian? They have a different name for demon, and I have it in the tip of my tongue, but it's not coming out. Um, I want to say is in the Indian culture. Um, what is a jinn? Is it a jinn? Is a jinn a demon? Because that's what I keep on hearing. A jinn, yeah, it's a jinn. Oh, it's like it's from the Islamic tradition. I'm sorry, guys. I thought it was Indian, but it's something of that matter. Like, where you want to go into studying something, and but there has been like like you've been reluctant. Now remember, like, studying something for the sake of knowledge is not the same as practicing something. So I think that's where you first have to make the distinguish differences, whether it is that you want to study something, or whether it is that you want to practice something. Let's go ahead and let's pull out an oracle card for you, Libra, Scorpio, Cusp, as your closing message. The dissolving light. Needing to face whatever fear is around that space of, like, the leap that you're afraid to take. You're being reminded again that you are completely protected during this time. This is in alignment with your path, and where it is that, or how it is that your path is going to unfold. Needing to kind of like move out of your own way and go ahead and take this leap, my love. Scorpio, Sagittarius, cusp. As soon as I grab the plate and the wine glass, I had this woof of smell of pork. Now, I don't eat pork personally. I haven't for years. I think we're going like on 7, 8 years now. But just the smell of pork for me personally makes me sick. So and the reason why I'm saying that is because it's relevant. I'm not saying that pork is sick or pork is disgusting or anything like that. I don't eat pork for different reasons, like spiritual reasons, and the understanding that they know, like, so like, where it is believed that they know, so like the second before their slaughter, that they are being slaughtered, like that they're going to be, like, their life is being taken away. And I just personally choose not to consume that energy, if that makes sense. So the reason why I'm sharing this is because there is something happening in your life that is going to make you feel like like sick to your stomach. Like, to me, even the thought of like eating pork makes me sick. Now, with that being said, there are situations where you cannot avoid the process of it, if that makes sense, right? So like, I'm in a household where I live with, 4 kids. They eat pork, so I'm not going to tell them not to eat it, right? Their path is their path. So I have, like, what I've learned is throughout the years is, like, since I don't eat it, I don't want to touch it. um I still have to deal with the smell when they cook it, right? But I've taught my children how to cook it so that I don't have to touch it. Does that make sense? So it's almost kind of like there's a situation in your life that is going to make you feel disgusted or it's going to make you feel very uncomfortable, but there's nothing for you to do but to watch and observe. So you may have a family, a friend, you may have a significant other, you may have somebody going through a very difficult time, whether this person is going through like a very hard financial issue, or they're having like a very hard medical issue or whatever it is. Again, there's nothing that you can do other than witness it, if that makes any sense. Like you're not and I know that this is hard for some people to understand, but you're not supposed to come in and intervene as someone's savior. So you're not supposed to come in and go ahead and pay someone's bill. You're not supposed to come in and you know, overexert yourself and take this person to like all of their appointments. Now, again, remember what I said. I taught my children how to cook pork, right? So that means that if you can help this person, like, you know, take them to one appointment maybe like once a month, like you can help, but you cannot take the entire load of something as if it's your own. This person, and when I say karma, it's not necessarily something that they've done in this lifetime. Again, this can just be part again if of their soul contract, that this is an experience that they are supposed to be going through, and this is part of your soul contract where you have to eventually learn that you cannot fix everything for everyone. And your closing message, we have sacred conversion number 11. And you see how here is it almost looks like he's outside of it and then everybody else is like inside of this little circle. You're witnessing something, and for those of you that you're witnessing this happen to somebody that did you wrong or did you dirty, again, there's nothing else for you to do but to witness. Your part, your role in this entire process is to witness. Especially like if you've been healing from a space of um, over giving of yourself to others. This is part of the lesson here of like, how do you now balance the space? I know. Sagittarius Capricorns this week, please take a moment to allow yourself to catch your breath. This week is going to seem, for those of you that are very like heavily spiritually connected, for is going to feel, hold on, because why is this dog, I'm looking at my dog because when she starts looking a certain way, um there's only one other person with me in this house, and for some reason as soon as I tapped into your energy she kept looking out the door like, wait, what? And it kind of ties in with a message where some of you are experiencing the silence that comes with spirituality, or with the spiritual that comes with, at certain points within this journey, where you feel, and I want to emphasize on the word feel, like you're disconnected, or you feel like you're not seeing the synchronicity, you're not seeing the signs, you're not hearing the sign, you're not hearing anything, and it almost feels like you've been abandoned, right? When you haven't. And what is to be learned within that space is this recalibration of how every fiber in yourself is indeed connected to spirit. So it is not that there is a lack of connection, because there's not. It is just the connection, the information is coming in a lot more subtle, and in ways that you may not even realize that the spirit communicating with you. So what do I mean by that? One of my favorite like practices spiritually and like physically, the combination of it is when I wake up in the morning, I lay there and I put my arms against my body, like, you know, just on the side of my body, and I start to breathe, and I start to feel the sensations in my body. whether there is an ache, whether there is a pull, whether there is an itch. Where is it? Is it in a toe? Is it on my thigh? Like wherever it is. And I just feel into it. And then I allow spirit to reveal what that sensation, what that feeling felt like. So as you're feeling this quote unquote disconnect, I need you to realize that you're going into a deeper connection in the sense that spirit is reminding you how every essence, every bit of yourself is fully connected to spirit. Because what happens is during this time, people start to spiral out of control in their mind, looking for signs, looking for connection, looking to see what they hear. Oh, is that spirit? Is that spirit? Is that spirit? When in reality, spirit has been speaking every single second of your life, as it has always been. You're just now being invited into that space of recognizing it at a deeper level. Sorry, that kiss was for my dog. She's looking at me. All right. So let's go ahead and let's pull out. I just need one oracle card. One oracle card for Sagittarius, Capricorn, CUSP. I love that energy, and I know that it can be a little scary while you're in it, but it's worth it. We have number 37, the Sacred Soul Sister. This is a complete it's almost kind of like a complete entanglement is what I keep on picking up of like your spirit and your physical body. It's like sometimes like let's say like I'll be doing something and all of a sudden it's like I feel something and I'm like, ooh, and I it could be like the most subtle thing and I'm like, ooh, what was that? And spirit like right away like, oh, you noticed that? Yeah, I did. So what is it? And right away I get the download for what it is. And it's almost kind of like this word sister is not necessarily like about like somebody else. It's about like your spirit and your body, your physical body, how they are sisters. And it's almost kind of like the sacred union between your physical body and your spirit body, right? Your soul finally being so intertwined that you don't miss a bit. You don't miss a beat when it comes to the communication between you and spirit. Capricorn, Aquarius, cusp. There is a lot of wine and dining for you guys this week. There is this sense that um either somebody wants to impress you, so somebody is wining and dining you. And again, this could be romantically, this can be platonic, this can be in regards to work or whatever, but somebody wants to show you a good time. Somebody wants to show you that they're putting the effort in being a part of your life. So there is this sense of like, again, going out to eat a lot or just making a lot of plans with someone. For those of you that this is in regards to love, this is somebody new, this is not somebody from your past. And if you hear that in the background, just be aware there are other people in this house. I try to use the mic, which I do have on, so sometimes that helps. But anyways, going back to this, there is a space where somebody wants to show you um, what you mean to them. Now, why is it that I'm emphasizing so much on that? Well, for those of you that this is romantically, you've never had somebody show up like this for you. You've never had somebody want to show you like that they're really interested. And I don't care whether you're male or female, right? There's different ways to wine and dine somebody in the sense of like showing somebody how much you really want to get to know them or how much you're interested in them, right? And again, this is a new person, and for some of you, you're a little hesitant, you're worrying about whether there's some red flags here. Now, there's a difference about like wining and dining someone and showing interest and then love bombing. If by the third day this person is telling you, oh, I'm in love with you, that's love bombing. And there's different types of tactics, let's put it this way, when love bombing is in play, right? Like this, when we're talking about love bombing, like this person is texting you 24/7, they want to know your everything, they want to be a part of everything. That's not what I'm talking about here. I'm talking about like somebody that is like, okay, they're making plans and they're showing up, like they're being consistent with what it is that they're communicating with you. And this is why it may feel a little off to you, because you in the past may not have dealt with people in this space. Even if it comes to like work or something like that, like, there may be a company that wants to really collaborate with you, really wants you as part of their team, and they're going out of their way to show you that they want you to be a part of that, and that is something that is new to you. So for those of you that are wondering whether this is real or not, it is. Number 20 is your closing message, the all-encompassing hand. This is coming to you now during this time, guys, is because you are finally in alignment with it. The same way that you give to these types of connections is the same way that these connections are now showing up for you. Alrighty, alrighty. Aquarius, Pisces, cusp. Um, this week is about taking an initiative. You're being put in situations or positions this week where you're going to have to take an initiative, or you're going to have to like show up for something. You may have this pretty much feels like it's time to grow up within a certain space. Now, when I say that, I'm not saying that you're acting like a child or anything like that, but there is this theme this week about you needing to take more responsibility. Now, whether this responsibility is within a relationship or whether there's like a romantic relationship or a platonic one, right? So this could be at work, this could be in your house, like whatever it is. Like if you guys are getting ready like to have a baby, like there you need to step up, right? Like let's get that nursery fixed, let's get that nursery done, let's get the car seat ball, right? If you got promoted at work, well, now you need to step up to the promotion that you got. You need to show up. So there is, I keep on seeing like somebody switching their shoes. So there is a switching of shoes, because now you're walking in a different era. You're walking in a different space. So needing to level yourself up to the space that you are now going to be embodying. Um, and for some of you, there seems to be a little hesitation here. Like you either wanted more time or you thought you had more time. You're second guessing yourself as to whether it is that you're ready for this or not. I love the way your fires, the candle's going up higher and higher. It's like up to here right now. I can feel the heat up to like right there. You can't see it, but it is like up to like right there, right there, right there, right there. So it's almost kind of like you think that you're still here, but you're actually like all the way up here now. And you have to go ahead and step into that space, um, because it is time. It is time to grow up into that space. Alrighty. So let's go ahead and let's pull out an oracle card for your closing message, my love. The Star Mother Arrakis. So oh, and let look at in the bottom of the deck. Let love transform. Let love transform. You are ready for this. Whenever you think of your mother, right, or whenever we think of mothers, we think of people that are supposed to help us mold us into our best version of ourselves, so that when we hit adulthood we can show up, right? And that is what this mother energy is telling you, is like everything you needed to learn, everything that you needed is already within you. So now I need you to make me proud and show up as that version of you that already lives within you. All righty. Pisces, Aries, cusp. Um, Pisces, Aries, cusp. There is this energy of there is some. I'm not gonna lie. There is some underlying fear here of whether it is that you're making the right choice or whether it is that you are. I keep on hearing the right choice. Um, this is very much, and as I'm saying that, like I'm getting really cold all of a sudden. I'm gonna pull my sweater down, guys, because like as I seriously like tapped into this energy, like it's like freezing cold right now. But there is this energy of like some of you questioning. Oh, okay. So this definitely has to do with your spiritual practices. Um, you you may have you either want to go down a specific route when it comes to like your spiritual practice, like maybe you want to practice as ooh, I'm sorry guys, because like this is really like jetting my body right now, like my body is just like, so let's let it pass. um some of you are feeling like you're being called into a spiritual practice that at the same time scares you. Now, I'm going to use this as an example. I'm not saying that is definitely like hoodoo or voodoo or this or that. It can be whatever it is because these are just collective messages. But like, there are people that talk about like hoodoo, voodoo, kundalini practices, and all of these things, and they put names and they put titles on these type of practices without having the understanding or the full understanding of it. So you may have been raised looking at all, and I again, let's listen to the whole message as a for context, please. You may have grown up looking at these type of practices, even like what I do, like divination, whatever it is, as something that is evil or something that is demonic, right? And there is a part of you, like there's a part of your there's a part within your nervous system that still views it as that, regardless of how hard. I could bring my sleeves back up because the cold went away. Regardless of how much you have been working to change your perception of it. So there is a need here to do some type of work to regulate your system into accepting before you walk into something. Does that make any sense? Because there's something that you feel very much pulled to, but your nervous system is still listening to the old programming in regards to it. That's as much as I'm going to say about that because that is the way that it's coming through. I would definitely say sitting with spirit, God, the universe, however it is that you connect, and saying, how do I tackle this? Like, and I'm just going to share a little bit like my own personal experience. I've had my gifts since I was a kid, and since I was a child, I was about like 8 years old. I was told that I needed to suppress them because they were demonic, because they were evil. Um, and at that age, I would question it, and I didn't want to suppress them, but at the same time, I didn't want to be evil. At the same time, I didn't want to be demonic. So when I decided that I was going to dive into the space like fully, like, this is who I am, this has been who I have been since I was born, right? There was still time that even when I went into the space of doing readings or doing this, where I would be terrified because that old programming was still lingering around within my nervous system, right? And and it wasn't something that shifted or changed automatically. I'm not gonna lie, because again, for everybody it's different. My journey wasn't like that. My journey into not so much accepting, but allowing myself to flourish within my own gifts was something that I had to intentionally allow my body to be uncomfortable in order for it to become comfortable within that space. Um, and this is why when I say you need to sit with spirit, it is because in everyone's journey it is going to be different. What worked for me is not necessarily going to work for you. So the best advice that I can always give somebody is sit with spirit, sit with God, and see how it is that something is meant to unfold for you personally. All right, let's go ahead and let's pull out an oracle card for your closing message, Pisces, Aries. The human gift. Being able to feel, being able to taste, everything that our nervous system goes through, etc. This is number 17 for those of you that are wondering. um and you can break down to an 8, however you, whatever it is you want to look, the angel number 17, the angel number 8, whatever it is. But there is a sense here of like, do not do not like do not be upset with your nervous system for feeling that way. Do not be upset for your body tightening up, your body feeling this, your body feeling that, because again, you are reprogramming your mind, but at the same time, you're also reprogramming your nervous system. You're reprogramming how it is that your body physically accepts reality, physically accepts information. And that in itself is a gift. When you're able to see not just the mental transformation or the spiritual transformation, but when you're able to see the physical transformation in your own body, and I'm not talking about getting fit or anything like that, I'm talking about how our body learns to relax, how our body learns to receive and let go of things, that in itself is a very, very beautiful gift, my love. All righty. Well, that is all that I have. Sending every single one of you love, strength, and blessing, guys. Love you all. Bye bye.